In this lecture, we're going to create a database from scratch and use the MySQL syntax. So when creating a database, we come here to the SQL file in this space here, where we can see the cursor. So when creating a database, it's recommended the MySQL commands be in capital letters. Yes, they can also be in small letters, but they are much better when they're in capital letters so that you don't confuse with the other data you're including. So creating a database, we say create database. Then after saying create database, next thing to do is to write the name of the database we want to create. So let's say we want to say and give a name like database for countries, database for shopping. But for this case, I want us to use the database for shopping. Let's name our database shopping. So shopping. Then at the end of every syntax, it's a very good option, or it's recommended to put a semicolon, just like that. Then you can decide to go and click here to execute the script, or you can, on your keyboard, you can click Ctrl Shift Enter. It will still execute the same thing. So let's do Ctrl Shift Enter. When you go down here to output, you can see when you see the green tick, it shows our action has been successful and the database has been created. Now on our left, under the navigator, in the schemas tab, our database is supposed to appear here. The newly created database is supposed to appear on the left. But at the moment, it's not appearing. Why? Because we need to refresh. So when we go up here, this option here is for refresh. When we click on it, our database is going to appear. As you can see, shopping has appeared. Now, in case we don't want to name our database shopping and we feel like, okay, let's say we want to name our database customers. Let's say this is a customers database, which will have a table with all the details of customers. And we want to delete this database. So what we'll do, we'll click enter, come down here and type the syntax drop database shopping semicolon. That is the command for deleting a database completely. So if we click on our keyboard, if we say Ctrl Shift Enter, it's going to say an error. Do you know why it's going to say an error? Because we have not highlighted this syntax. So if we highlight the syntax like this and click execute, you can see it's a success. So whenever you're writing any command and you have other previous commands, it's always recommended you highlight what you want to be executed. And you can either use the keyboard and type Ctrl Shift Enter, or this option here to execute. So as you can see, on our left, the schemas, our database has been deleted. So we don't have a database. So that was just to teach you how to delete a database. So our main interest here was to create a database. So let's delete this. Go right here and say Control Shift Enter. Yes. Then we go here and refresh. So that's it. That's how we create a database in MySQL with this command, create database. This is the command. This should always be in capital. Even if you wrote it in small letters, it will still be executed. But for purposes of being neat and very orderly, it's always recommended you write it in capital. And you can see those commands in SQL are always highlighted by a different color. This now you see this is blue because these are commands SQL recognizes. They're its own language. It recognizes them. This is our own, so it will be in black. So any SQL command that is the SQL language will be highlighted in blue. So thank you.